Hello there, everybody. This is Cholera bringing you set 3 of KTF versus SKT1. And for all of you fans of StarCraft players with numerical names like 910 or specifically 815, I am sorry for insulting 815 at the end of the last game. He actually is doing fine this season in the Pro League. He is 3-2. That's certainly not bad for someone who's not really A class, sort of B class, I would say, in StarCraft. And there he is on the left, and there is Best on the right, Best having slain Luxury, who I was thinking of, by the way, of a KTF player who was very promising in the past and then completely disappeared, is Lucifer. That's right. Use your neurons, guys. Do you remember Lucifer? Lucifer was promised to be the next big Protoss about 6 months ago for about a month. And his name is the same as Flash's, by the way, which is amazing. Li Young-ho. But he turned out not to be the next best Protoss. He is 0-3 this season in the Pro League. I have not seen him do anything in any of the Star Leagues. And he basically has become a bucket of fail, pretty much. On the other hand, Best has not become a bucket of fail. I don't know where I just came up with that. Bucket of fail. He's become instead a raging bathtub of success. Yeah, metaphors. Anyway, he might be successful here on Andromeda. We'll have to see. Andromeda is not a great map for Zerg by any means, but the style of 815 is this map might actually be quite good for him because he has a very, very, very good macro style from what I remember. He is just generally very strong. Oh, oops, never mind. Andromeda. What am I thinking? Andromeda is the map that's good for Zerg versus Protoss. Never, ever mind. I was thinking of Zerg versus Terran. It's bad for Zerg. But Zerg versus Protoss, actually, now that I remember, it's 63% ZVP. Just looking it up right now, and I was thinking, wait, I said something wrong. And this is something that, when I'm judging for the commentator idol, I'm not actually judging for it. When I'm hosting it, oh my god, what the hell is that? Oh my god, that is scary. That is the evil version of Blinky or Boinky or whatever his name is, the SKT1 mascot. Wow. That is I Love UV when he's pissed off and Midas is not cooking him lunch. Midas, by the way, great cook. And I know this just from like 3 photographs. I know I said this like joke many times, but Midas evidently is a good cook. What the hell? What the hell? SKT1. That is awesome. That is freaking amazing. Now that I completely forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, what I was going to say is I'm not judging for the idol. Oh my god. What? What is going on? Oh man. That's Lucifer, by the way. He's trying to redeem himself by dressing up in the chemotherapy suit. Oh, that's a horrible joke. Alright, so my point is, in the commentator idol, a lot of the new commentators have problems with not so much messing up when they talk. That's not really what I see as their main problem. Sometimes their problem is just not being able to catch themselves when they make mistakes about things, like I just did with the Andromeda thing. Just because they either haven't seen that many games, or more likely just because they haven't commentated so many games. You just, after you do your first 500 commentaries, and by the way, I have done more than 500. I just counted the other day. Someone's like, "How many have you done? Have you done more than 500?" And I was like, "I hope not, because that'd be pretty sick." And then I'm like, "Wait." Yes, I have. I don't know how many I have because it's not the number of video parts I have, but I digress. It's the number of videos I've done total here in Mile Attack. But once you've done that many games, you just start realizing when something sounds wrong. It just becomes sort of second nature, and it's something you can't really explain. It's beyond just knowing the players very, very well, knowing the maps well, having seen a lot of VODs. It's just something that happens with commentary. You manage to catch yourself. And why? Why? Why is this happening? Why? I don't understand. Anyway, standard openings here from both players. We're going to see the double expand here. Very standard for 815. And this map is going to benefit him a lot. Like I said, it's very good for the macro Zerg. And it really allows them to pick up those natural expansions pretty easily. Because if they pick up the natural, they can get 2 more bases behind it. And the choke isn't really that wide. So he could easily pick up another base, defend it with lurkers. Or on the other hand, he could also try to block Best from coming out of his base and force him to stay within his main. But anyway, 815, known for doing sort of a Sauron Zerg style of gaming. I've actually seen him as one of the few Zergs who still go for true Sauron style, and it'll be a treat to see that. So we might be seeing, Sauron style, by the way, is if you go for a lot of low-tech units. By Sauron style, you probably have to go 4 hatch to start off with, and then just build lots more hatcheries, not build any lurkers, or really probably not build a spire either, and then just go mass Zerglings and Hydras with a lot of upgrades. But we are seeing the lair pretty early, so that leads me to think maybe he's going to go just for that standard 5-hatch build that we've been seeing everyone do. Which is certainly not a bad build on this map either. He would probably get up his other expansion, probably go for the lower left natural expansion next with his 4th hatchery, and probably going to play a defensive game afterwards. I mean, going for the aggressive game like we saw last game can be very bad when your opponent goes for, especially if they go for the early speed lots, because if you go for the aggressive Hydra build, the speed lots are a great counter against it, speed lots and Storm, and if you're not successful with your first attack, you have almost nothing to fall back on, whereas if you go for lurkers, you'll always have a couple of lurkers ready to defend, and lurkers plus a couple of Scourge to snipe observers can be a great defense that the Protoss really doesn't have a great answer to for quite a while. Anyway, it looks like the scouting probe has managed to see everything for most of the game so far, and now it finally goes down. We'll see if there's a second gas. No second gas. See, that's another thing. Notice that right there. I don't know if any of the other commentators in the competition are looking, but you have to... none of the Korean observers' movements are wasted. When they show something, there's a damn good reason why they're showing it. Because they're, former pros, and you just have to be able to interpret it. Sometimes you're like, why is it there? Well, it's there for a reason. For example, if there was a second gas, that would lead us to think that he was actually going to go for Mutalisks. If Azur goes for their second gas early, that means they're going to need that gas for Mutalisks, and it means they're not going to be going for what 815 is actually going, which is, as we're seeing, that extra expansion at the lower left. So just a small thing for all the new commentators out there, not necessarily just for the idle commentators, but for everyone else who's commentating, and also just people who watch StarCraft in general. These are things you can look for if you're watching a Korean VOD, or if you're watching an English VOD and your commentator who's happening to do it doesn't catch these things. You can catch them yourself. Anyway, Evil Chamber and a Hydralistan going up a little bit early, actually. But that's alright. I think he has more minerals because of the fact that he's been mining off of 3 bases, practically, from the start. Corsair are going to harass an Overlord there, and some Scourge are probably going to chase it away very soon. That Evil Chamber is also a little bit early for that 5-hatch build, which is fine, though, certainly. Just going to mean slightly slower Lurkers or Hydralist speed or whatever, fewer units. Best, meanwhile, has that robotics facility up, by the way. I should mention that now that I'm talking about commentating. He has a robotics facility, so he is going to go Reversair, which is the most popular build in this map. Bisu, of course, has just been absolutely killer in this map with his Reversair game. And it looks like 2 Overlords going down now in total to those Sairs. That's pretty good. So in this case, it would be correct for for 815 to react to Best by going for mass Hydras, especially with that +1 attack. We'll see if he's getting a early +1 Hydra attack. That would be very powerful. And Burrow, of course, has been very popular with Zergs, and is the correct thing to do. Burrowed Hydras, Burrowed Lings to scout, and Burrowed Hydras to try to ambush. One of the best examples of that. Whoa! Did not expect that coming. Neither do the observers. Sometimes the observers do miss things, and everyone missed a couple of Mutalisks coming out from nowhere. Very nice transition here for 815. Going to catch a number of these probes. Now, it's not necessarily going to be that cost-effective, though, because of all those Corsairs there, but look at those Scourge. Nice micro there from 815. Doing something unexpected. Reminds me a little bit of July versus Tempest.